Folks, Bashivas here. Welcome back. So, continuing where we left off from last week. Thought I saw a chest out here. Or was that up there? What? Over here.
Sounds like you've left some buddies to bury. Plus side, Enthar pays overtime.
If your lot have cracked another bloody cask,
They're dead, Entharl. Doppelgangers were using them as bait.
Seems they snared more than they could skin in you. Did Geraldus survive?
Alive. But he'll need some time to recover.
I'll tuck the boy up tight till he's ready to get back to harboring. What will you do?
Continue the hunt.
Aye. Silly question, I suppose.
Let's go to Calmsgard.
Give up a kippy for a tour of the Steelwatch Foundry.
As
if any of us would be so fortunate. I would.
Need something? I've got the tools for any job. Any job.
Let's get a few more of those, a few more of those. Insufficient gold. Oh no.
Let's get on
Yeah.
with it.
Anybody else have anything they can sell?
Do what must be done.
I'm running really low on gold.
Whatever you're working on, hope that fixes it for you.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll pause it here and see if I have anything to sell. She needs some gold. Alright, so I dropped off Jahira and grabbed Karlak again.
Citizen, you are being accompanied by a malfunctioning steel watcher. Please stand back.
I think you have the wrong hunk of metal.
False. Report your purpose, steel watcher. Why are you following these citizens unbidden? Ah. I understand your malfunction. Your unit is a highly outdated model. The Ragnak's casement protecting your metallurgized iced valves is burning well outside the recommended temperature. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for dismantling.
Not sure. Maybe whatever keeps them going is similar to my tin can. Turns out I'm the fucking prototype for these things. I'll dismantle every single one of them.
Any threat to the Steelwatch is a threat to Lord Gortash himself. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Yeah. Hey, Metal Man. If I report to this foundry, can my engine be fixed?
Your make is very obsolete. Repairing your engine would be not only impractical, but impossible. Report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Yeah. Tell me something I don't know. Yeah. Anything spicy you can tell me about the old prick?
You will speak of our creator, Lord Enver Gortash, with respect. He is the savior of our city, currently being inducted as the Archduke of Baldur's Gate. You will keep your distance, Steel Watcher. You are malfunctioning. Report to the Steel Watch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Let's make tracks before this thing gives me the lash of Bane. See you around, soldier.
Well, how do you get in?
Whether you're getting hammered or getting nailed, we've got the tool for the job.
What I wouldn't give for me to go here and exit the steel.
Worms rocks off limits. You got a problem? See Ellen there.
No, he merely offered patronage. The Gondians built the steel.
No screw too loose, no door too unhinged. My door
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worms Rock's closed for the day. Ordination is what? Lord Gortash is becoming Archduke. All the peers came to pay regards. Special occasion. Worms Rock is closed. Invited guests only.
Oh, of course not.
Gortash has got all the protection he needs. A cultist makes so much as a peep, the watch will turn them to cinder.
Of course. Probably.
Ah, yes, the Orphans Fund. You can pay me directly. I'll make sure to pass your gold to the orphans.
What?
I'm sure you will.
Gortash is to be proclaimed Archduke. His grip on the city tightens. This complicates matters. He has surrounded himself with a circle of steel within the fortress of Worms Rock. Gaining access will not be easy. We must either earn an invitation or find a route where we can pass unnoticed.
How else was I supposed to see their optics?
Belts, perhaps.
Oh, there.
armor was a bargain.
He merely offered patronage. The Gondians
No
built the steel.
door to unhinge. My tools can fix anything.
What?
All shapes, all sizes, all prices.
Give up a kidney for a tour of the Steelwatch Foundry.
Yes, darling, it's very leather-like.
Down to the beach?
Every substance has been tried and tested by yours truly. Make you feel better. Then
What does it feel like?
15 notices.
Teressa's caress also has rooms.
You're not staying in a brothel.
Listen, it's got private rooms, music.
Outraged.
Oh. Did I go in there before?
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
Look, unless you're an expert in steel watcher gyroscopics, please get out of my light.
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking death machines with cutlery? Then leave me to my work. Only if you're quick.
Don't have a whole lot of cash here, so
Now let me get back to it.
having problems there. Maybe I need to reboot the computer, so we're going to pause it here. Right, so continuing on. This may be the alternate way into Baldur's Gate. We'll find out.
You're here. Good luck. This damn city's more treacherous than the Underdark.
Like baking a cake.
Huh? You look different when you're not trying to talk someone down from igniting a barrel of rune powder. Chuck your questions at Wulbrum. That's his job. I can make time for chatter after you know what's what.
It stopped. But it'll happen again. It keeps happening. The shivering, shaking, quaking. Don't you feel it? There's something underneath the city. Inside the rock. But when I ask the stone why it shakes, it only screams. I want to go home.
I shouldn't say anything to you until you've spoken to Wulbren. He's very particular.
Still trying to calm down a bit. Talk to Wilbrun, would you?
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you, I hope. As long as our objective is the same, the reason doesn't matter to me. We have a common enemy. But neither of us gets what we want until we deal with our biggest obstacle. The Steel Watch. They're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it. Perhaps. All the more reason to get rid of them. They invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given the chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while this city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit. Neither was Moonrise. And look how that turned out. You have a knack for passing among these bastards as if you were one of them. Same as it always is. Eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A room powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
Wilbrun, please. This is too far. Everyone in the foundry would be killed.
Quiet, Barkus. The adults are talking. The Gondians picked their side the minute they took orders from Gortash. If they had any courage, they'd have refused him and died like heroes, spitting in his face. Now they'll die like the dogs they are. There is no other way. But I believe in second chances. When you come crawling back here, and you will, we can talk.
Locked, but there's no keyhole. Must be a switch or something nearby.
When's it gonna stop?
Am I still outside Baldur's Gate? Ah. Okay, so I still got to find out into Baldur's Gate. Let's get back down to the beach.
Dried, and no sign of the smith.
Well, let's go back down.
Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
Back down through here.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Looking for the alternate way into Baldur's Gate. Gotta be one. This way.
It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can bunk with 10 other people, and there's a house. Den of decadent delight. Wherever to pleasure your fine lady, to feel her fingers grip yours in
Watcher sentence flying. This armor was... Did you see how far that watcher threw me?
You told me the armor wasn't bad.
Try something.
He merely offered patronage. The Gondians built the steel watch.
Yes, but they were Gortash, which makes him the inventor. How about
Still breathing, despite everything.
Having one of those struggling for nicotine moments while I'm trying to quit smoking.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Yeah. Alright, I found a way in. How do I get everybody else over there? I gotta figure out how to get everybody else over here.
Fine. I better be careful not to trigger that thing.
Eat this!
Back in the wall. Worm drop prison. Still gotta figure out how to get everybody else over there. I got a couple others that can misty stuff, but
At least things have stayed interesting.
Did you see how far that watch is drifting? It's been 10 minutes.
is interrupted. Figures. The fuck, man.
What I wouldn't give to be the Gondian who invented the steel watch.
Boy. That amp.
Attention!
Got the tool for the job.
Imagine seeing a watch pole for the first time.
What's next, I wonder?
Oh, he's back at camp.
There's no time to waste.
Well, I did have Featherfall. And I think about it. Oh well. I gotta say it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't have any more short rest available anyway.
Since when can vampire spawn turn into mist?
Huh?
Soldier?
Quite ready for you.
Did you have a scroll of mage armor on me?
What to do? Making me sweat.
Can't give up now.
Breaking into the prison.
Right tool will do the trick. prison guard has spotted you. It's either lie or fight.
What the hell? Who's rolling? Oh, excellent.
Somehow the guard buys your excuse. You're free to roam Worm's Rock Prison.
Oh. I need to get her out of there.
You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
What's it gonna take?
I'm ready.
Never a dull moment.
May the dice roll in my favor.
We're out of prison, I guess.
Ready for this?
Let's end this. Let's make this quick.
Still breathing, despite everything. Blood follows me everywhere.
The lance board is set. Certainly.
I've nothing.
man. Look at all these concentration throws successful.
Never a dull moment.
Somebody's got to have a key.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
You might as well lock the cell. You're too late. It's over. The Steel Watch happened. I came seeking allies to our cause. Watchers spotted me, dragged me to Alder Ravengard's husk. Empty as a stare. A tadpole's puppet. Nothing more. He's spoken accusations. Apostasy. Conspiracy. Sedition. I'll be executed in 5 dawns. You might have unlocked my cell, but there's no escape from this place.
Barely.
When the people need a miracle, you cannot wait for the gods to answer. Alder's words. I'd almost forgotten. No more sulking. I know what to do. Lead me from my cell. Escort me out of Worm's Rock. I'll seek out my connections. When the city streets shatter, you'll want their blades. Well done. Lead the way.
Anybody else in need of rescue?
What do you want? I don't need to escape. I've got food, water, privacy, and I mean to keep it that way.
This is far enough. The way should be clear. I can't thank you enough for getting me out of that damned prison. And for giving me courage when I'd all but run out. When the flames roared loudest, you pulled me to safety. Most would have let me burn. I won't forget it. I will travel to the upper city, find what allies I can. You won't fight the coming battle alone. As long as the city stands, I will stand with it. This is my promise.
Witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
Bleed for me.
Smell blood. You're not gonna like this, mate. No time to rest.
I need to pick some of this stuff up because I need cash. That torso weighs 30 pounds. What else that causing me to have so much weight? Oh.
Lord Gortash has been expecting your arrival. Please hold a moment.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gortash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorn. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city. Of course. My Steel Watchers are rather adept at keeping the peace, but not entirely suitable for polite conversation. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
We went through all that trouble to get inside, and now Gortash invites us to see him.
I can't really glaze that
down the door
because it wasn't even hurt.
Sound like somebody was in trouble.
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in
I
no
spoke
time.
to a witness who says you entered the house before the fire started.
You've been saying that for ages, and we're still here.
It's the waiting that's hard. If we could just talk to one of the fists, it would be as clear as day that we're not criminals.
Are they going to arrest us?
I almost believed you this
What if they
time.
throw us in jail?
Calm down, dear. It won't happen, I swear.
Direct me.
Oh, I can't really glaze that pizza.
He
wasn't hurt.
No one back home will ever believe that.
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. Tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
Looking ahead.
Down the door because it sounded like somebody was.
You've been saying that for ages, and we're still here.
Is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the Steel Watchers to theirs.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Gortash is expecting you.
Flaming Fist Barracks. Authorized personnel only.
Is expecting you.
Every Duke's just the
Please
same as
make
the
your
last.
way to the
Sticking up for
audience
each other as
chamber.
the sky falls around us. Not as exhausting as all that boot kissing you've been doing.
Kinspeople, Baldurians, and dearest Duke Ravengard, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
The tiefling is letting her passions get the better of her. The situation is delicate. Do not be swept up in her emotions.
So we bide our time. But make no mistake, that monkey is mine.
A moment, please, my friends. An old acquaintance has come to pay her respects. Please, Karlach, come and say a proper hello.
My respects! You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my boot up your...
Ah, how I've missed your colourful turns of phrase. We must catch up just as soon as I've had words with your little friend. As for you, I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided. If you and I come to an understanding, together we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again. The likes of you stand to benefit from the likes of me. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. You've met her assassins. Efficient killers, by all accounts. I know you survived previous encounters, but she won't relent. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
take that with a grain of salt. This is Gortash we're talking to.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies. First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thor. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we, will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God. Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that. Soon. First, come and be witness as I make history. The first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. Then allow me to peek it for you.
Your brain twists and stretches under the Watcher's gaze. The pain almost brings you to your knees before fading.
You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Don't. You will only invite his ire, and your own death. Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
So there you have it. Lord Enver Gortash in all his glory. What did you make of him? Not if I get to him first. How could all these people cheer for him like that? Can't they see what a chancer he is? And they expect these big metal monsters to tuck them in at night while the Absolute knocks on the gates. If only they knew the truth. The Dead Three orchestrated all of this. And it's working. I wish this city, the people running it, were smarter than me. Gortash isn't their salvation. He's the monster at the gate.
Lady Alia says the Absolute's army won't be causing trouble in Gortash. Or
Where do I go? Left. Right. Going the wrong direction. I swore I was going the right direction. Well, it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
They're harmless. Except if you're a criminal, of course.
It's more than that. The way they look at you.
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Poor thing. He's had a tough go, and you don't know the half of it.
You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated.
Rude. This is Gortash's game. I'm just an impartial observer. Raven Guard's good as dead. And to think there's no way to save him. Or is there? I know enough. Let's talk to Will in your camp. Work something out. The Duke's life depends on it.
I love how they got the people in the background there.
surrendered. All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing emergency. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment and, if necessary, more severe punishment.
You're having a chuffy laugh! We lost most of our herd to wolves on the way here. We've got almost...
Move along. I've got my hands full enough without gawkers. Please provide a full inventory of any and all livestock before entering Baldur's Gate proper. Smuggling or any other form of deceit will not be tolerated.
What are you gonna do?
About time. The Manip assured me a builder would come around a 10-day ago, and hold it. You're not the builder, which means I've got no use for you. Hooligans at the Mermaid have been using my shutters for target practice. And that's not the half of it. I've had to replace the same window 3 times now, not to mention the mess they've made of my front door. Now either you learn to fix my broken shutters, or you wag your tongue elsewhere.
Guards back, I heard. Better twist some arms, please.
You quite don't care what goes on in the streets. If you're here to report something, don't bother. The Fist don't give a damn.
The thugs are getting bolder. My husband's been mugged twice this month, if you can believe it. You be safe out there. Can't trust a damn soul.
More severe punishment.
You're having a chuffy laugh! We lost most of our herd to wolves.
You think you can do better?
Just be ready to leave when the time
Here's one for you. Did you hear about the dragon that became a frog?
Perhaps you just focus on the paper selling one of the Ragnton.
I just don't want to lose anyone else, alright?
You won't lose us. We've come this far, haven't we? Whatever happens, we'll be right here with you.
I hope so. I really do.
Please provide a full inventory of any and all livestock before entering Baldur's Gate proper. Smuggling or any other form of deceit will not be tolerated.
A gazette a day keeps the ignorance away.
All animals must be surrendered. Ready to do so.
Oh, you? I know you. How delightful to meet in person. Though, you're shorter than I expected. My name's Estra Stir, journalist. I speak to the people of Baldur's Gate so our readers don't have to. I work for the greatest broadsheet in this storied city. It's my job to know who is who. I imagine you'll be becoming quite familiar with it soon. You are, after all, the star of the next Baldur's Mouth Gazette. No one ever does, my sweet. But look on the bright side. You'll be famous. It's our juiciest edition in an age bound to get everyone talking about you. Darling, we can't let the readers decide what the content is. We've editors for that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've really said rather too much and written rather too little. Good day.
Really won't feel it.
Nothing. Got on back.
Truly this petty.
Brace yourself.
Come to have a go. Give it your best shot.
An air of decay hangs over the stooped beggar's form. The smell of rot, the smell of death.
Gold first. Then you can hit me. Plenty. Lots of angry people in this city. No one else to take it out on. Go on. You seem like you've something pent up. So, you having a go or not?
Okay, I hit him. Non-lethal?
No freebies? Back for more? I don't mind. So long as you're paying. Tried that once. They took the gold and hit me anyway. Better this way. I'll still leave with gold in my pockets. So, you having a go or not? Then move. Let someone else have a go.
Rage.
All the Talanta await her blessings with open arms, and we pity those who would reject her. Listen and submit to the mistress of disease.
Ooh, gods. Be spouting a load of crap. Don't waste your time.
We've got no choice. We have to do what he says.
I wonder if my old things are still there. They could be of use to me.
Pardon me, sir. You look prosperous. I'll bet you have someone who'd like a nice piece of jewellery at discount price for a good cause. Escape. Escape from Baldur's Gate for my husband and me. Lord Gortash wants Marek's head, so we have to get out. There's a smuggler's sloop leaving for Waterdeep with 2 berths left. But the captain wants a fortune for him. This necklace is all I have.
I have to, maybe?
Thank you, sir. You've done me a kindness.
Polished necklace. Oh, man.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is. With all this talk of war, what else are folk to do but drink? I reckon the murder would had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you fine self? I tell you what, the murder upstairs has brought some punters, but it's also really spooked folk out of renting rooms. If we get you staying up there, perhaps folk will calm down and realise there's naught to worry about. You can have the whole upstairs floor until this killer thing blows over. The city always wins. There's always some hero that saves the day. It's the way things work. Charity in Baldur's Gate. Good one.
Of course, I shouldn't have expected to win that.
It's called character. Anyone will tell you that. Price just went up. Call it a shite talk surcharge.
An asshole.
That floor's all yours. If it gets a bit too noisy at night, well, don't sleep above a pub.
Man. It's alright.
I know you said poor, but we only have 8.
I don't like giving you up.
Hold up, citizen. This is a crime scene. No admittance.
Devella's finished her report. You can let them pass.
Stellmane's parlor. A place to receive clients and informants. I wonder if it's as I remember it.
Bollocks! I told those idiots not to let anyone through. You. Name, rank, and reason for interrupting an active crime scene. For your sake, the last one better be bloody good. An adventurer? Fantastic. We don't have enough of those in Baldur's Gate. Unless you've got useful information, leave me to my work. Duke Stellmane's dead, and I've got to find who killed her. Gods. That's it. Proof that I was right. I've been working on an assignment, see? A research project of sorts. I knew my conclusions were sound, but this... I never expected this. I'll tell you what I know. A century ago, there was a man, Saravok Anchev.
He was a child of the god of murder, Baal. He ruled the Iron Throne, a dark tower hiding a darker secret. It was the front for a deadly arms-dealing network. There, Saravok amassed an army and sought to become a god. Under his stewardship, the Baal Temple was revived. And with it, the Baal cult itself. Fortunately, the temple was destroyed, and to cleanse the city of Saravok's memory, the Iron Throne was torn from its foundations and cast into the Chionthar. For most, that was the end of it. But cults like that don't disappear overnight. That list you spoke of confirms I'm right. The Baal cult is back, and someone is out there, continuing Saravok's work. Stranger things have come back to haunt this city. The brutality of the killings is on a par with Saravok's own. But there's something more here. Something new. There's a reference to these murders. A certain flair. It's as if they were done in worship. The precision of the cuts. The depth, the execution. The best butchers in Faerun couldn't make a cut like that. Trust me. I've asked them. I tried to explain all this to my superiors, but they wouldn't have any of it. They told me to drop it. Told me the city doesn't need another conspiracy theorist and to get back to doing my job before they find someone else to do it for me. But you're not bound by such constraints. Oh, help me out here. Help the city out. I bet if you follow the trail of these murders, you'll be able to unearth the truth of this resurgence. There are patriarchs on the murder target list. I'm oathbound to secure them first, so I'll be heading to the upper city next. While I'm there, the other potential victims will be at risk. Could you warn them? Thank you. That's all I can ask, and more than I hoped. Once I'm done with the Patriarchs, I'll head to Basilisk Gate to have another go at convincing my superiors to put some resources into this matter. Meet me there if you've anything more to report. And good luck.
My wife why she was fooling around with a wizard. She said, Mage
Look
hand,
at all that
mage
sparkly
hand. He
stuff.
can keep casting it all night long. What's that? Keep it up? That's what she said.
Going here. Alright. Still pick that stuff. Anyway. Alright. Inventory that could go in there.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
I think that's Oren. Maybe the cat.
Oh, another bandy-legs gobshite! What do you want with fork? Oh, tongue my arsehole, toe rag.
Gods, this is the first time in 200 years I've seen these streets in the sunlight. You can forget just how much color there is in the world. Yes, of course. Obviously. Sorry, did you want something?
The bustle here takes some getting used to. Crackling fire and a tresson for company is usually more my speed. Still, we must flow with the current we find ourselves in, however tumultuous it may be. If you've need of me, I'm glad to help. There's nothing that would give me greater pleasure.
Now that they're in the inn,
no matter.
After
all, a bond like ours hardly needs words to express it. What else is troubling you?
I made it back. I'm here. Thank the gods. Thank the gods.
This is the city proper, is it? I didn't expect it to be so outrageously ordinary. Voss has done his duty. Now, we will do ours. We must find our way to the House of Hope and take the Orphic Hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use the hammer to break Orpheus free. This hammer, could it be? Yes, yes! This is how we will free the Prince of the Comet! This is the key Voss so ardently and courageously sought. That smug shkacketh of a devil stores it at his vaunted House of Hope. Our destination is clear, our mission undeniable. We must find a way into the House of Hope and retrieve the hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use it to smash Prince Orpheus out of his prison. Mother Gith, hear my promise. Your son will rise again.
The Prince of the Comet will crush the Lich Queen Vlaakith and usher in the Age of Orpheus.
Tell her, but I think releasing them turn everybody into mind flayers. I'm not going to do that. Withers have anything to say?
Fate, dost thou require a new ally?
Ah, I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little men buff themselves up with grand titles. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks. We could. It would just be a very short one. We cannot expect either of the chosen to fall easily. But fall they must, if we're to have all three stones to command the brain. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of. I have. And while I do not love my conclusion, that does nothing to change it. The Harpers are the city's best information network. With them out of action, we shall have to fall back on second best. Nine Fingers Keen. Oh, to be so innocent. Nine Fingers Keen controls the guild, which in turn controls every criminal racket from Heapside to the High Hall. Nothing happens in this city that she doesn't hear of, sooner or later. How hospitable she will be to a Harper that comes begging to her guild hall, we will find out. Perhaps I will let you do the talking.
Well, I've killed a few. She's killed a few.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. One grand victory may not be enough to absolve a host of small failures. That is where true leadership lies. Not in winning a single vast battle, but in fighting 1,000 smaller ones. Making 10,000 difficult decisions. Finding balance where none seems possible. Day after day. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid. To be a leader. Still, though, I cannot help but wonder if there was more I could have done. Perhaps, Oakfather willing, I may yet have the chance someday. Forgive me. The Shadow Curse occupied me so entirely and for so long, I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one.
Your tadpole quivers, revealing your discussion with Mazora to Wyll.
Shit. Father's been taken, and Mazora started to scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? I couldn't even fathom a guess. Though, I doubt we'll need to wait long for answers. We'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mazora. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
Baldur's Gate. You know, I never quite believed I'd actually make it back. Wasn't until we got within reach of Worm's Crossing that it felt real. It's so strange. I don't remember much of it, yet I can't help feel like I know it. It feels like home. I suppose I am. Though the chance to savor the moment might be brief, given all that still lies ahead of us.
Alright. On the other side.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
I must pay. It's Minthara. Huh. Barrett is missing. Oh, maybe after reloading she'll be here.
Murder? Oppression? Conspiracies? This city has its charms, after all. If you cannot see the appeal of bloodshed and danger, perhaps you should retire from adventuring and farm root vegetables for the rest of your days. He is rather fond of himself. If he truly intends to be the savior of Baldur's Gate, perhaps he has reason to be. Even if I personally faced down the army of the Absolute and drove it from the city single-handedly, I would not be welcomed as a savior. No matter what I do, the people of Baldur's Gate will always see me as an enemy. I do not want to be tolerated. I want to be feared. Don't you? When we have all three Netherstones and control the Elder Brain, all of Faerun will have reason to fear us. He is the only authority figure in Baldur's Gate worth a damn. Even as the Elder Brain tears at the foundations of the city, he stands strong and looks for solutions. Better for us to be a solution rather than a problem for his steel watch to scrape off the street. It would be wise to return to him and pledge an oath of allegiance before he declares us enemies of the peace. I do not want a devil to hold my fate in his hands any more than a god. I say we put the devil from our minds and trust in ourselves. If anyone should have the power of the crown, it should be us.
Hey, that's everybody.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice, adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy hells.
You do not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness.
Your parasite links with Wyll's, and your memories flow into him. He sees his father's flight from Worm's Rock, and hears Mizora's words to you.
Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save him?
Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos.
Your contract, Wyll. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. No contract is ended without sacrifice. A cost must be paid. Wyll Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Wyll.
Silence, Karlach.
Mizora! You asshole!
Choose.
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat Ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazura's leash, and I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow, I celebrate my gain. Today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the sticks down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 netherstones and take back our minds, and the city, from the brain.
What?
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender his father for freedom. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes? Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel, but those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. gallantry isn't dead after all. The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise, and you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. Ugh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead three in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus, my mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Why? I'm supplying Wyll with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
Alright. I'll talk to everybody now.
The devil Mizora has made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can.
Soldier?
Good, man. Got it.
Time and again, Wyll's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pact, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
Wyll gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
Patricide is often the first step toward greatness. But I hope Wyll does not regret sacrificing his infernal powers.
Wyll sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature. At times, a seedling must strangle the very tree that bore it, if it's to survive.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well, but I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel for his sake. I am sure Wyll knows that, but we would do well to remind him when his days grow dark. hope. The very hook from which these devils try to hang us. I have no answers. For you or for Wyll. But if Mizora means to linger with us, I mean to find out if devils do indeed sleep. And just how heavily.
Wyll sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the pact is worth it to him.
All right. I think I put that traveler's chest out. All right, we'll go ahead and call it there for this episode. Decide if I want to change somebody out in the group when I pick it back up. We'll go from here next episode. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Be safe out there. Catch you next video.